Noble Maungwa is at the sign language desk. Let's take a look at the headlines.
President Emmerson Mnangagwa says production and productivity must be sustained during this festive season.
In other news, Madzibaba Ishmael Chokurongirwa slapped with a 20-year jail term for raping and impregnating a 14-year-old congregant.
Business news will look at the country's economy, which has recorded significant growth in the year 2025.
And as Sport Warriors coach confident Zimbabwe can still progress from Group B in the Africa Cup of Nations.
Now to our top story for today. Well, President Emmerson Mnangagwa says the country's production and productivity recorded in various sectors of the economy must be sustained during the festive season. This was the rallying call that formed a part of the head of state's Unity address, Unity Day message to the nation. Our first report from our diplomatic correspondent, Josephine Mugio.
This Monday, the country commemorated the 38th anniversary of the signing of the Unity Accord, with President Mnangagwa delivering an address which, apart from emphasizing that Zimbabwe will remain united, touched on the developments being recorded across several sectors. Towards the end of the year, the National Development Strategy 2, NDS2, was launched with focus on industrialization, value addition, and inclusive growth of the economy. President Mnangagwa pointed out the upward trend of production, noting the positives recorded in the mining sector and the policies put in place to promote value addition.
The upward trend of production and productivity must be sustained during this current season as we consolidate national food security and sovereignty. Similar successes are being experienced in the mining sector, where output of minerals has been on the rise. Efforts are underway to upscale local processing of the minerals in order to realize the best value for our God-given resources. The manufacturing sector is expanding, while tourism arrivals are on the increase. Infrastructure development projects are positively impacting lives and livelihoods. Such notable achievements in these and other sectors of our economy have all been possible as a result of the prevailing unity, peace, and stability which our country is enjoying.
In the spirit of the Unity Accord signed 38 years ago, the head of state reminded Zimbabweans on their responsibility in advancing industrialization.
As we commemorate this Unity Day, let us remain alive to the responsibility upon each of us, those here at home and those in the diaspora. Nyika inovakwa, igonamatigwa, igotongwa nevene vayo. Ilizwe lakiwa, libuswe, likulekelwe ngabanikazi balo. We should carry on, therefore, modernizing and industrializing our country, building on the solid foundation of our rich Liberation War heritage and the Unity Accord.
The president also called on the country's citizens to defend national identity.
At no time should we allow our personalities to be instruments of division. Let us always patriotically defend our country, as well as our national image, identity, and character of being a united, peaceful, and hard working people. This sense of pride should extend across every province and district, from Zambezi to Limpopo, Plumtree to Mtare. Takabatana tiri vamwe sivambene simunye.
Social and political commentators contend unity and peace are key elements in national development. Josephine Mugio, ZBC News, Harare.
President Emmerson Mnangagwa has started his month-long annual leave this Tuesday. In a statement, Deputy Chief Secretary for the Presidential Communications, Mr. George Charamba, said the head of state will spend his vacation in the country. Mr. Charamba further said Vice President Colonel retired Dr. Kembo Mohadi will stand in for the President from the 23rd to the 31st of this month. Thereafter, Vice President General retired Dr. Constantino Chiwenga will act from the 1st to the 13th of January 2026. Vice President Mohadi will resume acting responsibilities on the 14th of January until President Emmerson Mnangagwa returns to work in early February 2026.
Now, the government has expressed satisfaction with the achievements of the National Development Strategy 1, citing significant progress in infrastructure development, food self-sufficiency and improvements on social services delivery.
Winding lines and traffic jams are the order of the day as people prepare for the festive season as the year comes to an end. 2025, according to government, is a year of resilience and marked economic growth. And in an interview with ZBC News this Tuesday, Acting President, Colonel retired Dr. Kembo Mohadi said the government and Zimbabwe has recorded massive strides in the economic, agricultural and social services clusters.
As we draw down the curtain on 2025, we reflect on a year of resilience, progress, and shared sacrifice by the Zimbabwean people. We must appreciate that. We have faced challenges, yet we have also witnessed remarkable achievements. From the strides in the agriculture that we have talked about, that secured our food security. We are now self-sufficient in terms of food, and to the near completion of the Harare Highway, and the ongoing modernization of our national sports stadium we talked about. These milestones remind us that when we work together, nothing is beyond our reach. This year has shown us that social development is the backbone of national progress. As a government, we have expanded access to education, health, and housing, and the other national development strategy too, and will intensify efforts to ensure that every Zimbabwean enjoys dignity, opportunity, and inclusion in whatever we do. So there is no one that is not going to be left behind.
Recently, the ZBC inaugurated the new digital studios at Montreal Studios in Bulawayo, as well as launching the new educational radio channel, Luzibo FM. Dr. Mohadi notes that this channel will play a critical role towards the education strides that the country is pushing under the National Development Strategy.
The recent launch of Luzibo FM by Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation and the Minister of Primary and Secondary Education, a dedicated educational radio station, is a milestone. It's a milestone in the education sector. Also, our universities are thriving in in the production of goods and services.
Meanwhile, ZBC CEO Mr. Sugar Chagonda also met with the acting president, Colonel retired Dr. Mohadi, and they deliberated on the operations of ZBC and the future it holds.
I'm relatively new in office, so I get to understand the national vision, unpacking of the national vision, as well as to get to understand the leadership expectations from a media point of view, the role that they expect us to play. So I think I'm quite excited because the job is well cut, that is in terms of what they expect us to be doing. So I think as a national broadcaster, we are there to make sure that we give information to the public, we educate, we inform and entertain. And like what the acting president was saying, there are a number of government programs that have been initiated. So our role is to make sure that people, they get to understand the role that they have to play, the role that they have to get to appreciate, particularly in terms of how the country is developing. So yes, I'm quite happy with how the conversation actually developed.
From January 2026 to 2030, government is implementing the second phase of the National Development Strategy, and for ZBC, it is looking at promoting image building and brand Zimbabwe on a global scene. Olina Ndori, ZBC News, Harare.
The National Committee on Drug and Substance Abuse has launched a nationwide festive season awareness campaign aimed at curbing drug and alcohol abuse amid heightened concerns over holiday-related road accidents. More in the following reports.
The long campaign breathed life at Mbare Msika Terminus, one of the country's busiest travel hubs, where motorists, commuters and traders were engaged as part of efforts to promote responsible behavior during the festive season. It shows in direct interaction, authorities are spreading anti-drug and alcohol abuse messages.
Stay above influence. Chikumbiro changu ndechekuti timbomira zvinodhakana tichifamba nyange wakatakurwa nyange uriwe ndiwe wakatakura vabereki.
From Mbare to Harare Bay Bridge, Plumtree, Chirundu, Nyamapanda to Mutare routes, there have been such campaigns, with a key feature of this year's campaign being the intensified use of breathalyzers. The initiative brings together multiple stakeholders, underscoring a coordinated national response to drug and substance abuse.
We've scanned around, so we are targeting this highway, Mutare Blawayo, Bedbridge Harare, some are in Harare Chirundu. We are a multi-sectoral committee involving the supply reduction, those are the law enforcement agencies. Demand reduction, this is what we are doing, providing information related to drug and substance abuse so that people refrain from use of drugs and dangerous substances.
Statistics indicate that most accidents are as a result of human error, with drunken driving among the causes. Hence, the concerted efforts to eliminate drug and substance abuse.
Drive maskati, vanu mchoro wasatu hapa road, pe pamba warara. Drive to arrive alive. Have a nice Christmas.
The campaign team also descended on Seka Road this Tuesday, the road which links Harare and Chitungwiza, which has had its fair share of fatal accidents this year, with the most horrific claiming 17 lives. This Tuesday's campaign was aimed at keeping all road users safe and highlighting the dangers of driving under the influence of hazardous substances and alcohol.
And I'm not implemented a charge office because by the time we get here, you have to be very vocal, otherwise they don't give you an opportunity. You have to be very assertive.
Roadblocks are good, but I don't come to private. I show you mombo ones am breathalyzer.
Vanofamba nesu macommuters atokumbira kufamba mbijana mbijana mota dzisevisiwe kana dzichifamba mumugwagwa. We are very cautious per road, not drinking and driving.
Speed limits kuti vangofambawo zvakanaka then nekuteedzera road regulations.
National Anti-Drugs Team representative Mr. Fanwa Madzoma said the initiative seeks to raise awareness on road safety and cultivate responsible road use.
Amwe anofamba achimwa doro, vamwe vachiita zvimutoriro zvakawanda zvinova zvinozokonzeresa ma-accident. Saka tiri kuraise awareness both kune madriver plus passengers acho.
While road accidents remain a reality, stakeholders are hopeful that consistent education, strong partnerships and community involvement will make a real difference.
Drinking and driving is a real issue. So that's where we had to make sure that we introduce these breathalyzers, and that are unique in their own right. As presented earlier, you may have seen it in the press. But we know that this will try to curb the incidences or the carnages on our roads.
We have had a fairly quiet season from a road carnage point of view. Yes, we started off on an unfortunate note, but the last few days have been fairly quiet, and we continue to appeal to the traveling public to continue to exercise caution.
The awareness activities form part of the broader Road Safety Festival campaigns, which are designed to promote responsible road use during the festive season, at a time when travel increases and risks are higher. Importantly, the campaigns aim to create lasting habits that continue well beyond the holidays.
The First Lady, Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa, is uplifting rural communities and strengthening food security through the traditional grains production program, with Zhehuru area in Masvingo district being the latest to benefit from the initiative.
Dr. Mnangagwa was represented by Masvingo Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Honorable Ezra Chadzamira, at the seed distribution program held at Zhehuru Primary School this Monday, which saw the elderly and local farmers receiving traditional grain seed. Speaking at the event, Honorable Chadzamira commended the First Lady's noble efforts, saying it exemplifies her commitment to the food security of rural communities.
Tafara kuti chirongwa ichi chagamuchigwa nekunaya kwemvura kureva kuti charopafadzwa zvakasimba. Excellency vane zvirongwa zvikuru zvizhinji zvavanoita vachitsigira mutungamiriri wenyika munyaya dzefood security. Vane agreed for she kupa zvekare ruremekedzo kumadzimai kuti madzimai akwanise kurima akazvimiririra asiri pasi pevanhurume. Zvirongwa zvavanopa zvekurima kuti tisafa nenzara munharaunda yedu.
Beneficiaries described the initiative as both empowering and timely.
Tinofara zvikuru nezvataitirwa naVamnangagwa namai kupuwa zvose zvechikafu, mbeu, zvokudya. Tinofara zvikuru, tinosununguka.
Tenda mbeu dzedu dzatapuwa namai Mnangagwa kuti tidzvare mvura yanaya, tinofara nezvavatiitira zuva ranhasi.
Kutenda mai vauya kotipa mbeu mukana wakanaka zvikadai mvura ikanaya.
Kutendai nembeu yamatipa mvura iri kunaya tondodzvara.
Kufara zvikuru nezvezvaita President wedu watifungamirira kuti tiwane zvinhu zvakaita saizvozvo zvatinofanira kuva tinogona pekuwana izvi.
The program also encourages farmers to embrace traditional grains production as a long-term solution rather than a seasonal intervention.
Mai vedu mai Mnangagwa vativigirawo zvakare mbeu yemasmall grains yabenefitwawo zvakare nemunhu wese kumaruwa kwese, munhu wese ane minda ane munda ari kubenefita kuti ainde anorima tigone kudya zvine utano.
As Zimbabwe continues to grapple with the effects of climate change, such initiatives that promote traditional grains production offer a model of grassroots-driven resilience and development. Geima Tambo, ZBC News, Masvingo.
Madzibaba Ishmael Chokurongerwa has been slapped with a 20-year jail term after being convicted of raping and impregnating a 14-year-old congregant. That report from Fungai Jaji.
Justice has finally been served for the 14-year-old girl who was raped and impregnated by Madzibaba Ishmael. He was given a 20-year jail term, with the magistrate saying that she was not going to suspend any term from the 20 years because Mazibaba Ishmael showed that he was not even remorseful for what he did. She described him as an evil man who destroyed the life of the 14-year-old girl, burdening her to become a mother at 14. Now Mazibaba Ishmael was convicted after a full trial. He was denying these allegations, and the state only managed to get a conviction after DNA tests. The DNA tests proved that it was Mazibaba Ishmael who had indeed fathered the child of the 14-year-old girl. But even after this scientific evidence, he still denied the allegations, saying that they were tainted and inadmissible. However, the state managed to get a conviction and prayed that the court would give him a harsh sentence so that it would send a message to would-be offenders. Magistrate Chivasa said that Mazibaba Ishmael abused his authority because the child involved did not even realize that she was being abused by the man who was leading the apostolic sect. She said that Mazibaba Ishmael used religion for the wrong reasons. And so the conviction comes at a time when the courts are taking such cases seriously, all in the name of trying to ensure that the rights of children are protected from all sorts of violations. Mazibaba Ishmael was once convicted in 2015 for public violence. And because of this background, Magistrate Chivasa said that it only shows that with another conviction like this one, he is not a law-abiding citizen and does not deserve to be treated with mercy. Hence, he is going to be locked up for the next 20 years, hoping that this will serve as a lesson to those who use their power or authority to abuse children. Fungai Jachi, ZBC News, Harare.
All right, follow through some of the stories that we're covering on our website, which is www.zbcnews.co.zw. For those of you on social media, ZBC News Online on all platforms. Here's what you can look forward to on the other side of the break.
That is in business news. Zimbabwe's economy records growth in 2025.
Later on, when we look at sport, Warriors coach confident Zimbabwe can still progress from Group B in the Africa Cup of Nations, despite that 2-1 loss to Egypt. Be sure to join us for that and more when we come back from the break.
Top 10 best countries to visit in 2025. This list is entirely based on Forbes' recent research, with the exception of number 2, which appears in Lonely Planet 2025 Best in Travel Report. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, we are going global. And trust me, number 1 will shock and surprise the heck out of you. So I urge you to stay with me till the end. Number 10, Santa Monica, California in USA. Number 9, Morocco. Number 8, Longboat Key in Florida, hidden on the Gulf Coast. Number 7, Amsterdam in Netherlands. Number 6, Asheville, North Carolina in the USA. Number 5, Athens Riviera in Greece. Number 4, Bhutan, high in the Himalayas. Number 3, New Orleans in USA. Number 2, Cameroon. Number 1, Zimbabwe, and here it is, the surprise of the decade. For the first time in history, an African nation leads Forbes' global travel list. Zimbabwe has captured the heart of the world. From the thunder of Victoria Falls to the wild plains of Hwange National Park, from the great Zimbabwe ruins to the pride of its people, the nation stands as a symbol of natural power and cultural rebirth. Forbes praised Zimbabwe for its growing tourism, improved travel services, and renewed pride in heritage and conservation. It is a country where nature meets spirit, where history meets hope. In 2025, Zimbabwe stands tall as Africa's brightest jewel, proof that the continent can lead the world in beauty, adventure, and heart.
This festive season, travel local and experience our heritage. Zimbabwe, inaka yedu, ilifa letu. Experience Zimbabwe. Zimbo.
Heritage-based curriculum.
Ozanlonge, we are ziva kwakabva, ziva kwauri kuenda, kuenda umbangu, kudzoka umbangu. Embracing the heritage-based curriculum framework 2024 to 2030 to produce citizenry with relevant pragmatic skills, applied knowledge, values and dispositions for national development through STEM.
Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Our education, our innovation, our industrialization, our national development.
Across Africa, a new era has begun, shifting our focus to a new horizon, connecting us with one purpose: to create and share opportunities to grow. Today, we are making a brighter tomorrow, built by our dreams and our energy. Across our continent, across the world, we are creating a better way to a better future. A Pan-African future. Together. EcoBank. A better way, a better Africa.
This is your traffic and road safety highlight with some valuable road safety tips for the rainy season. Reduce your speed to match the road conditions. Shift into a low gear to maintain control on slippery roads and avoid hard braking. Gradually slow down instead of sudden braking. Remember, safety first. Exercise extra caution during rainy conditions to ensure your safety and the safety of others on the road. This message is brought to you by the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe in collaboration with Zinara.
Put your safety first. There is no second chance.
If you drink, be responsible.
Welcome back. Now, the country's ports of entry have started to record increased traffic during the festive season, with up to 1,000 trucks being cleared each day. At Forbes border post, border authorities are stepping up efforts to reduce queues and ensure seamless travel. The Ministry of Tourism and Hospitality Industry has taken the meet and greet program to Forbes border post.
The volume of traffic at Forbes border post has started to increase ahead of the Christmas holidays as tourists visit various facilities within the country, while others are engaging in religious tourism and trade.
On my way to Mutare now, on 29, 30, 31, and 1, I'll be there in the throat base in Nyanga to specialize about the holidays. For 4 or 5 days. Yeah. Going for fishing and everything there.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism and Hospitality Industry, Dr. Takaruza Mnyanyiwa, rolled out the meet and greet program at Forbes border post in Mutare to welcome and engage with the tourists and traders entering Zimbabwe during the festive season. Dr. Mnyanyiwa acknowledged that queuing times have been drastically reduced after the recent interventions by a ministerial task force, adding that over 1,000 trucks are passing through the port of Henry daily.
Forbes border post is becoming a very important border post commercial-wise. They are processing over 1,000 trucks a day in and out. And notwithstanding that at this time of the year, it's also characterized by a lot of visitors driving. Either Zimbabweans coming back on holiday, Mozambicans also coming to Zimbabwe for holiday. And so we think that this is a very important exercise. And the feedback also we are getting from the drivers is that I think in the last couple maybe 2 weeks, things have improved. And this is also following the interministerial visit which was here by honorables, that the processing time is greatly improved.
The Ministry of Tourism and Hospitality Industry also took advantage of the engagement to distribute national fabric to travelers as a gesture of hospitality and cultural pride. The Meet and Greet initiative is part of government's strategy to improve visitors' experience and reinforce the country's hospitality industry reputation. Kenyan Chivuje, ZBC News, Mutare.
Now that report from Kenya takes us to our Montreux studios, where we have Memory Ngwendlovu on standby to take us through. Good evening, Memory, and over to you.
Good evening to you, Irene. Thank you very much, and good evening to the viewers. Bulawayo's industrial recovery continues to gather pace, with the textile giant Carousel reporting a massive 58% increase in production capacity after strategic investment in automated technology. The development is seen as a major win for government's reindustrialization drive and importer substitution strategy. Our reporter Yolanda Moyo filed this report.
We are inside the Carousel manufacturing plant in Bulawayo. The arm of newly installed automated machinery signals a major shift in the company's production process. The latest equipment forms part of an investment drive aimed at restoring capacity, improving product quality, and positioning the firm to meet the growing demand in the local market.
The biggest game changer is the cutting room solution, which landed, I think, a month or so and a half or so ago. We used the out of Reserve Bank. The cutting room solution increases the amount of cut work that is available for the machinist, hoping to achieve nearly a 40% increase in production units this year from the around 330,000 last year to around 460,000 units this year. We think that these positive spin-offs of this reinvestment will still continue well into the future. The projection is to grow it again by another 40% or so next year.
The newly installed automated machinery, such as the cutting room solution, has already improved the throughput, with the production manager saying the factory is now targeting an increase in daily and monthly targets.
Currently, we have been doing 2,500 units before the installation of the cutting room solution. But next year, we are targeting 5,000 units a day with a monthly target of 100,000 units. So we installed the machines in October, and we managed to do 63,000 units in that month.
Workers here say the investments are already making a difference on the shop floor.
Mina ngisebenzisa lapha ku Carousel. Ngisebenze lapha for almost 20 years. Ngila ngabona icompany Wheelie company yathi Wheelie management yabona iplan yokuthi ivuke.
These machines, they are so motivating because in the sense of they are easy to operate.
The ongoing progress at Carousel reflects a renewed momentum in Bulawayo's manufacturing sector, aligning with national efforts to reindustrialize and grow value-added production. Yolande ZBC News.
More than 300 vulnerable residents in Bulawayo received an early Christmas cheer after a local foundation partnered with the ruling ZANU-PF party to support communities at this festive period.
The donation, which comes at a time communities are reflecting on unity, sharing and social responsibility, brought together beneficiaries and local leaders in a show of collective commitment to uplifting livelihoods. Beneficiaries gratitude for the timely assistance, saying the hampers would go a long way in ensuring dignified celebrations.
Notenda mwana wedu weMZANU-PF anova ndiye wefinance munyika muno watigonera gore negore muarea 1 maari tinofara tinogamuchira zvekudya.
This is my first time and bonga kakhulu ngehlokuzuzwa amazwi.
Ngairambe ZANU-PF yakadaro namangwana tinovatiwo vasakangamwa vanhu vasaita iye nhasi chete varamba vachienderera mberi.
Sitanda ukubonga ukuthi ubaba umongameli wafundisa abantwana bakhe kumbe wasifundisa thina uthando sesikwazi ukuthi abantu bayakwanisa ukuphiwa noma yini kuningi esikuphiwayo ngomhlangano.
Siyabonga kuNthuli Foundation usincedile ngokusinika isipho ngokusikhumbula.
ZANU-PF DCC1 chairperson Comrade Nkosana Mkandla commended the noble gesture.
We are very proud of what the president has done, you know, with the mantra that we leave no one behind. Christmas time is a time to be merry, a time to be joyful, a time for togetherness. That's why as a party we saw it fit that our members get something that they will share with families from ZANU-PF. So we gave over 300 hampers to different families in the area to thank them from ZANU-PF. Say ZANU-PF, your party, your ruling party is saying thank you to you and Merry Christmas to you all.
The donation reflects continued efforts by local organizations and the ruling party to promote social cohesion and shared prosperity, reinforcing the importance of inclusive development and community support in line with national values. Yolande Moy, ZBC News, Bulawayo.
The ZANU-PF Matabeleland South provincial leadership descended on Insiza this Sunday to give a feedback to grassroots structures on the successful 22nd National People's Conference held in Mutare in October.
One of the strengths of the ruling ZANU-PF party is its strong ties with its grassroots structures. This was on display in Insiza, where the leadership gave feedback on the National People's Conference held in Mutare.
ZANU-PF isikubona lokithi upresident lo ngokuqala buyela ku history ungithumelele lento ta vision yelizwe. Sibiseka Smith into ayikhulumayo ukuthi not in 1,000 years. Abukwananga 15 years wayephumile. Upresident wathi yena esami isifiso ukuthi by 2030 abantu beZimbabwe bebe bephucukile bonke, leaving no one and no place behind. Iparty yathi lokhu siyakuqhakathekisa mongameli asambe sobangu 2030 sihamba sona. Yiyo into ephume phambili ukuthi president sikhathele ukuthi party yaphuma le resolution kube labanye ababona ngani baphezulu kwe resolution. Lo nyaka resolution number 1 wethu uthi Khulumende hambu yo implement resolution yethu ya last year, resolution number 1.
The province also took time to reflect on the 2026 Independence Day preparations as well as development projects.
Sithe silaye khonapha eFilabus kuGwanda State graduation. Wathi ngiyakhathazeka ngoba abantwana abagraduate lapha inengi kayisilo leMatabeleland South Province. Kanti problem kuyini? Hlupho thina esilubonayo ukuthi eMatabeleland South asila ama science lab amaningi. Abantwana ngobuningi benza ama humanities. Kusiyafika uApril upresident eMatsouth yabe yakama science laboratories angu 40.
Matabeleland South leadership is on a campaign trail to give feedback to all constituencies on the successful 22nd National People's Conference held in Mutare in October this year. Providence Maranelli, ZBC News, Felapusi.
And with that story, we take you back to our team at Pokesal with the rest of the bulletin. Good evening.
Thank you, Memory, and the entire Montrose crew for taking us through that segment of the bulletin. Now, transformative policies are being implemented by the ruling ZANU-PF party are bearing fruit, with the Women's League rolling out empowerment programs that are benefiting thousands of women.
The ZANU-PF Women's League Harare Province leadership met this Monday to reflect on the year 2025 and plan for a more empowered 2026. Some of the beneficiaries of the various empowerment projects undertaken in 2025 are grateful to President Emmerson Mnangagwa for prioritizing women.
Nemishini yatakapiwa about the 10 tiri kusona tikapuwa zvakare machira ekuti mumwe nomumwe vanhu vari kusona zvavanoda.
Sila maprojekti amaningi asiwenzeleyo sanikwa inkukhu ngubaba wethu uMnangagwa through uchinomona wasinika sibona amaprojekti enkukhu namhlanje silazo sesiphumelele.
Ayiwa chekutanga rega nditendi kuna waMnangagwa president wedu wakataura theme yawo yekuti living no one in no stone unturned. Chokwadi tiri kuzvitenda, tiri kuzviona, haisingori theme chete, tiri kuzviona zviri kuitika.
ZANU-PF Harare Province Women's League Chairperson Comrade Barbara Mwale and Women's League Secretary for External Relations Comrade Betty Nambuga Seke are optimistic that 2026 will even be a better year for the women's wing.
2026 semadzimai takatarisira kuti mudzimai wese ange asumuka achitanga kusimuka kuita mabasa emaoko. Hatisi kuda mudzimai anosara kana nzvimbo inosara semakurudzirirwo atinoitwa napresident wedu baba waMnangagwa vanoteerera zvichemo zvevanhu, vanoteerera zvido zvevanhu. Baba wedu vanotida tese, havasarudzi.
Tiri kufara zvakanyanyisa kuti president vari kusimudzira madzimai. Havana kuita this project chete. Vakatuma zvakare even mai chinomona kuti vauye kwatiri zvakare madzimai inonzi presidential poultry scheme yatiri kutenderera senational yeWomen's League vachinoita handover day old chicks kumadzimai echidiki uyezve nekumadzimai mamwe agara ari mumusangano medu.
The ZANU-PF-led government has been on a drive to promote empowerment initiatives, prioritizing women and youths as the country journeys towards attaining an upper middle income society by 2030. Fungai Jachi, ZBC News, Harare.
When we come back, we'll be looking at your business news and later on sport.
The board, management and staff of the Civil Aviation Authority of Zimbabwe join His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Comrade Dr. Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, and the entire nation in commemorating the historic Unity Accord. The authority reaffirms its unwavering commitment to fostering a safe, secure, efficient, and inclusive aviation sector that unites our nation, connects communities, promotes the growth of trade, investment, and tourism, and ensures that no one and no place is left behind. Our key focus areas for NDS2 include modernization of airspace management systems to enhance safety and security, full implementation of the Single Africa Air Transport Market, innovation and capacity building, environmental sustainability, strengthening partnerships with private and public sector stakeholders. Happy Unity Day, Zimbabwe. The Civil Aviation Authority of Zimbabwe. Safety, security, quality, and efficiency.
Babe, we're getting late.
I'm coming.
That glance is a choice. That text can wait. Don't let a text rewrite your story. Silence your phone, protect your journey, and do not text and drive.
This message is brought to you by Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe in collaboration with Portras.
You know what you do.
about we take Saucy Platinum? Any questions?
The new KFC Next DC meal available now.
The Minister of Mines and Mining Development, Honorable Dr. Engineer Polite Kambamura, MP. The Deputy Minister, Honorable Dr. Engineer Caleb Makwiranzou, MP. The Permanent Secretary, Mr. Pfungwa Kunaka. The Chief Director, the directors, and the entire team at the ministry extend their warmest congratulations on Honorable Fred Moyo, MP's appointment as the Deputy Minister of Mines and Mining Development. Your leadership and vision are invaluable as we strive to transform Zimbabwe's mining sector into a globally competitive hub for mineral extraction, value addition, and beneficiation. We are excited to align our efforts with yours to drive national progress and foster sustainable growth. Together, we can work towards realizing our shared goal of a prosperous and empowered upper middle income society by 2030.
Top 10 best countries to visit in 2025. This list is entirely based on Forbes' recent research, with the exception of number 2, which appears in Lonely Planet 2025 Best in Travel Report. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, we are going global. And trust me, number 1 will shock and surprise the heck out of you. So I urge you to stay with me till the end. Number 10. Santa Monica, California in USA. Number 9, Morocco. Number 8, Longboat Key in Florida, hidden on the Gulf Coast. Number 7, Amsterdam in Netherlands. Number 6, Asheville, North Carolina in the USA. Number 5, Athens Riviera in Greece. Number 4, Bhutan, high in the Himalayas. Number 3, New Orleans in USA. Number 2, Cameroon. Number 1, Zimbabwe, and here it is, the surprise of the decade. For the first time in history, an African nation leads Forbes' global travel list. Zimbabwe has captured the heart of the world. From the thunder of Victoria Falls to the wild plains of Hwange National Park, from the great Zimbabwe ruins to the pride of its people, the nation stands as a symbol of natural power and cultural rebirth. Forbes praised Zimbabwe for its growing tourism, improved travel services, and renewed pride in heritage and conservation. It is a country where nature meets spirit, where history meets hope. In 2025, Zimbabwe stands tall as Africa's brightest jewel, proof that the continent can lead the world in beauty, adventure, and heart.
This festive season, travel local and experience our heritage. Zimbabwe, inaka yedu, ilifa letu. Experience Zimbabwe. Zimbo.
Looking at business news now, Zimbabwe's economy has registered significant growth this year, driven by bumper harvest, rising global commodity prices, increased production, as well as a stable currency and pricing system.
With only a few days before 2025 ends, the International Monetary Fund, World Bank, and the African Development Bank agreed that the economy will achieve a 6.6% growth. The 2025 growth has placed Zimbabwe as the fastest growing economy in the sub-Saharan Africa region, while also leading the pack of Southern Africa economies, as economic growth is a measurement of the total value of goods and services produced in a year. The milestones in the farming sector, where records have been smashed, mining surpassing the targets, massive retail and distribution sector, a boom in construction, more foreign currency inflows, reduction of the ZiG inflation, increased manufacturing production, improved electricity generation are all tangible factors described by economists as evidence of the growth trajectory.
We are going to see the same thing happening next year. Why? Because of a number of factors of successful interventions, which inter alia include investments in the agricultural, mining, tourism sectors, where you've had the greatest growth rate, and also consistency in terms of government policies that has brought in a lot of confidence from both an international perspective and a local perspective. So once inflation is controlled, and by about March next year, we are hoping for a single-digit inflation.
If we look at the World Bank projected Zimbabwean economic growth, we're looking at about between 5 to 6.5%. But not only that, Zimbabwean economy is mainly supported by the mining sector. And if you look at the GDP contribution from the mining sector, you're looking at about 12% being based or coming from the mining sector.
Economists also note that Zimbabwe's resilience has resulted in the economy defying local and global headwinds such as climate change, geopolitical tensions, and COVID-19, among others, in the past 5 years. In fulfilling the aspirations of the National Development Strategy 1, Zimbabwe's economy has been on a growth trajectory since 2021 at 8.5%, 2022 at 6.5%, 2023 5%, 2024 at 2%, and 2025 at an anticipated 6.6%. Stanley James, ZBC News, Harare.
Main News takes a break. We will be back with sport.
The Minister of Home Affairs and Cultural Heritage, Honorable Kazembe Kazembe, Deputy Minister Honorable Chido Sanyatwe, Secretary for Home Affairs and Cultural Heritage, Ambassador Arati Faranisi, Senior Management and Staff, join the President, His Excellency, Comrade Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, and the nation in celebrating Unity Day. We celebrate not just a date on the calendar, but the triumph of dialogue and reconciliation. This day serves as a poignant reminder of our shared values and the strength that lies in our diversity. As we celebrate the spirit of unity, let us honor the rich cultural heritage that binds us together as a nation and acknowledge that our diversity is not a weakness to be exploited, but a mosaic of strength to be cherished. As we commemorate Unity Day 2025, let us renew our pledge to protect the peace that was hard won. As a ministry, we will continue to play our part in ensuring a secure and peaceful Zimbabwe, promoting and preserving our cultural heritage. Happy Unity Day, Zimbabwe.
This is AFCON, my friend. Everything is a competition. Everything.
So here they come for the opening game, and away we are here at the Africa Cup of Nations.
Join our family meeting from the 21st of December to the 18th of January. Purchase a decoder for $30. AFCON 2025, live on SuperSport.
This message is brought to you by Masowe for ED and NAMFED in support of Vision 2030 and ZANU-PF's Resolution Number 1.
The Air Zimbabwe Board, Management and Staff join His Excellency the President, Head of State and Government, Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, and the entire nation in celebrating Unity Day. Unity remains a key pillar in advancing government's Vision 2030, and Air Zimbabwe remains committed to supporting national development. In line with the recently launched National Development Strategy 2 2026 to 2030, the airline continues to prioritize enhanced air connectivity as a key enabler of trade, investment and tourism. Happy Unity Day, Zimbabwe.
Festive is here, Shah. First Street lights up, and suddenly the vibe is back. It stretches from Harare to Hollywood, even to Old Trafford. Jesse Jiri Festive. All I want this festive season? The stories that keep us hooked. The ngoma, the rhythm, the laughter, the drama, the goals, the world-class entertainment that brightens up the holidays for the whole family. All I want is DSTV.
The Minister of Local Government and Public Works, Honorable D. Garwe, Deputy Ministers, Honorable Engineer B. Kabikira, and Honorable A.T. Bavunga. The Permanent Secretary, Dr. J. Basera, management and staff join His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Comrade Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, in celebrating the National Unity Day. As we celebrate this momentous day, we are reminded of the need to rise above our differences and work together in harmony, building strong, inclusive, and resilient communities as we journey towards the attainment of Vision 2030. May this important day continue to guide us as we reaffirm our commitment to promoting social cohesion, decentralization, and inclusive development across all provinces, districts, and local authorities. Happy Unity Day, Zimbabwe. Makorokoto amhlophe.
Welcome back. We now give you sport. Now, Warriors head coach Marian Maranika has taken positives from his side's narrow 2-1 loss to Giants Egypt in their opening Africa Cup of Nations match in Morocco this Monday.
Zimbabwe national football team head coach Mario Maranika has praised his players' discipline and commitment despite a narrow defeat to seven-time champions Egypt. Maranika believes the Warriors executed their game plan well and made a strong start to the match, but were ultimately undone by the individual quality within the Egyptian side.
We had a very good game. We started very well. We had a good game plan, and it worked most of the time. However, Egypt had some good players today. Salah could score against Real Madrid, 3-4 goals could score against us. We didn't look, to contain one player. We look to contain the whole team, and we done very well on patches. We create lots of chances for our, let's say, stage. Unfortunately, it is what it is, and it's very heartbreaking to see that actually lose match like this in the last, few minutes.
Despite the setback, the Zimbabwean coach expressed pride in his squad's performance and remains confident about their chances of progressing from the group.
I don't believe in going to a competition just to participate. I believe that everyone goes there. You have to be prepared to win. Yes, we have, I had very, very short time and just, about 34 days, so it's not a lot. But on the other hand, you take a challenge and you believe in the players you select. You try to put them in the best position, and you hope that sometimes, luck also may go with you. But we are sure that, as I said, we're going to delight you with some entertaining football.
Zimbabwe have now returned to Marrakesh, where they will face Angola on Friday. The Warriors are targeting to go past the group stages for the first time after 5 previous attempts. Lawrence Trusida, ZBC News.
Now, the Zimbabwe Football Association Chief Executive Officer Yvonne Manwa says she's leaving the office proud after taking charge during a turbulent time.
In terms of governance, we're doing well. We're making sure that we stick to our principles in terms of that, in terms of making sure that the AGMs are done yearly. We're speaking to our stakeholders. We are talking of commercializing the game. So I think we're making steady progress. I just want the association to continue building upon those things. For me, governance, being an administrator, would be the most important thing, of course, that we maintain. I think we got our first clean audit this year, which is spectacular for ZIFA, I would say. So if we maintain that, then we really are speaking what we want to achieve. We're really putting it into action. So I think just building upon that foundation that we've put would be excellent, and just taking the same path, very ambitious, go-getter, trying to achieve a lot of things in this new era with this new executive committee. So I think there's progress. There's a lot.
Well, Manuel's contract is set to end at the end of this year. Well, that brings us to the end of sport. The weather report and forecast is coming next.
Good evening, Zimbabwe, and thank you for joining us in today's edition of the Weather Report and Forecast. My name is Baba Maketa. Well, we had widespread thunderstorms throughout the country, and these were heavier in some places, such as Plumtree, where 100 millimeters of rainfall was recorded. In Mukandi, 91 millimeters was recorded. Nyanga recorded 79 millimeters, and Nyazura recorded 63 millimeters. And these are only just the highest amounts that we have put through here. But some other areas had precipitation amounts in the tune of 40 to 50 millimeters. Now, looking into our focus for tomorrow, as well as what happened from this morning, we had a cloud system that continued to affect the country, especially over the northern parts of the country, and this led to some thunderstorms, especially over the northern areas of Zimbabwe, and this is expected to continue into Christmas. But from Christmas, that is from Friday, we're expecting a slight reduction in rainfall intensity, especially starting from the southern areas, but we still expect some activity over the northern parts of Zimbabwe, but this should not be as much as we have been experiencing over the past few days. Now, in terms of our temperatures, we're expecting the range to be between 16 and 23 degrees Celsius, and 23, 21, and 20 being over the low areas, and 16 to 18 over the high areas. Now, in terms of the maximums, again, the range is between 23 and 34 degrees Celsius. As expected, the higher temperatures are expected over the valleys, that is over the north and over the extreme southern parts of Zimbabwe. Now, let us take a deep dive into the weather that is expected for our major cities and all the resort areas. Starting with Bulawayo, we were expecting partly cloudy conditions to cloudy conditions throughout the forecast week, but we're expecting rains from Wednesday up to Thursday, and a slight reduction in rainfall from Friday up to Sunday, then a resumption in these rains from Monday up to Tuesday. In Matoba, we're expecting the same situation, but we're expecting a warmer weekend with temperatures between 30 and 33 degrees Celsius and raining from Wednesday up to Thursday. Ogwanda, the same situation, should be warmer over the weekend, where temperatures can go up to 34 degrees Celsius. Gweru, the same situation again, raining up to Thursday. Mashingo should also be raining up to Christmas Day, but warmer on the weekend. Mutare, the same situation. Nyanga, again, the same situation, but increased rainfall is expected in Nyanga. Marondera, the same situation, again, warmer over the weekend. In Harare, we're also expecting it to be raining up to Friday. Kadoma, same situation, warmer over the weekend. In Chinhoyi, again, rains up to Friday, but warmer weekend. Victoria Falls, the same situation. Particularly, conditions are expected in Lupane as well. Temperatures can go up to 32 degrees Celsius. Just will go up to 33 degrees Celsius. Now, Zimbabwe, this is all we had for you in this edition of the Weather Report and Focus. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the viewing.
And forecast, the weather report and forecast that brings to the end of the bulletin.
Well, have a good night.